ladies and gentlemen? It is Promo Adonis Brick Johnson here on Conqueror TV Monday nights, usually at 7, but we're doing a little different tonight due to technical difficulties, and we're doing it at 7:30 tonight. So if you guys have any questions and comments, put it in the chat over here. I have a special guest tonight. He's coming up in a number one contenders match. It is the Villain. How are we doing there, sir?
It's going. Just a lot going on lately.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, we're starting just a little bit late tonight due to some technical difficulties, but everything's working now. If you have any questions for me, any questions for the Villain, put it in the comments. We'll try to get them as fast as we can. So, how are we doing? You got a match coming up here on the 31st. It's a pretty important match. Go ahead and talk about it.
So, number one contendership match going against Maverick, a tough competitor who I believe has only lost one match here in the HSP. Going against myself, who has only also, I believe, lost one match in the HSP. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. Both of us are so far. It seems like at the top of our game. He's been running his mouth the last couple days, talking about how I'm a loser. But last time I looked, my loss was in pretty much technically a triple threat, which would have been a fatal four-way. But yet his loss was against the man who's holding the title that we're going for. And that was a one-on-one. So who's really the loser? The man who lost by a single competitor, or a man who's pretty much had to be taken out by multiple people? I'm guessing it's going to be, if I'm hoping everyone's going to be on my side, it's going to be the man that pretty much was a one-on-one loss. So,
right. And of course, Ed says, "Are you the real Brick Johnson? You can't fake this. This is the real Brick Johnson. You can't fake beautiful right here. This is beauty."
So because I've known you since our VOH days, I know about this thing called the 5 seconds of sexy. And I've been asked by Mr. Bossolini, Mr. Ed, to ask you for the 5 seconds of sexy. So can you please show the friends and family, anyone who does not know the 5 seconds of sexy, can you show it off and give them the magnificence?
You know, I had a special request for that as well. I didn't know I was going to do it on my show. Okay. It's simple. It really is. I mean, you can't see my head, so we'll just do it. 5 seconds. There we go. We'll do the 5 seconds sexiness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks a lot better when I have like my when I have it on the like pod and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I miss watching you in promos. I hope to see you in a promo again one day, because we do miss seeing Brick Johnson giving everybody what they want.
You know, Brick Johnson has had an interesting career. He's been a world champion. He's kind of put it on the shelf. It's one of those things where I've transitioned from promo artist to an analyst, and I really like it. I enjoy what I do.
And now that you did that, everyone keeps asking for the 5 seconds of sexy. You see, that's why we need Brick Johnson back in the promo business.
My heart's not there.
Well,
if my heart was there,
when your heart is there, if your heart finds its way there, I would love to have a match against the man who gives us 5 seconds of sexy.
See, it's just it's one of those things. It's like I enjoy what I do now. It's hard because I love promos, but I've been out for so long now. I probably could, but yeah, I do so much stuff right now. The 5 seconds of sexiness actually came back. Actually, was from Edge and Christian, where they did the 5 seconds of poses. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm gonna do 5 seconds of sexiness. Brick Johnson actually came from a name. We can talk about that some other time. But where my character kind of came around is like, if you ever saw what is his name? Oh, I can't think of his. It's somebody that he was this big dude. He thought he was like the sexiest man around, but he was a big dude like me. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
But okay, we got to jump back into this now. That was fun. We got to jump back into the interview with Villain here. It's his time. Not about
Oh no,
me.
I invited that one. So
Yeah, it was like I said. It was the Edge of Christian 5 seconds of sexiness. Well, right now, how did you get into promos?
so growing up, to me, my favorite part about wrestling hasn't always been what's been done in the ring. Cool, yeah, people can do tricks and stuff inside the ring, but it's the psychological side of a promo. That's pretty much where um, I enjoy watching the most. And one of even though he's not like the biggest name in the world, obviously you see my name's the Villain. So I think Marty Skrull, who's one of the most psychological when it comes to the promo, I love watching his promos. I love watching Jake the Snake. Anyone who knows me, my favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels. So it's he's had great promos, whether he was like all doped up on drugs to pretty much everything after he came back from his back stuff. So to me, it's always been the promo, and then having a theater background, I just enjoyed being able to do it because I love telling stories. And when I try to do my promos, I always try to bring the audience on a journey with a story. And so far, it seems like it's been going good. I hear from Rig all the time that I suck, so I don't know if really I'm good or not.
I enjoy what you do. You keep the intensity and the fire. Now, with that theater, how long did you do like theater? Did you just do it in high school? Do you still do some of it?
So the theater background is pretty much in my family. My dad has been doing theater since I was really little, and pretty much I've been always around theater. I didn't do like I started doing stuff when I was little, but then I did my first big shows in high school, and then those who know me, I was stationed in Germany, and I was doing shows out there, whether I was behind the scenes, on stage, and before coming back to the States, I actually directed my first show out there as
Oh
well.
wow.
So
Okay, so that's like a pretty common regular thing for you then. How
okay.
did you get into promos then?
So my first the first group I was in, I had a military buddy who pretty much brought me in as to the VOH. So my first group was honestly really the VOH that I can do things. Oh, okay. I'll answer that in a little after this.
Yeah, we'll get
Um,
there.
Honestly, it started out in VOH. Um, there was a bump. There was a time where it got bumpy, and then I pretty much fell off the face of the earth when it came to promos. Um, Came back with WGP, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this now. Group that I'm in, this other group I'm in now. But now I'm in WGP. I'm in this other group, VOH, HSP, FTW. Pretty much, I'm trying to keep myself busy, and honestly, helping out even the younger competitors, trying to fine tune their craft as well.
Okay, and then what Ed was asking, I wasn't trying to ignore Ed. He wants to know, what's your greatest accomplishment?
So I technically have two. Those who my first being the inaugural tag team champion over in this said group. I actually went against Ed in that match, and then I actually just recently won my to me titles aren't anything when it comes to promos. I rather just entertain the audience. It's never been about the titles. So I actually technically just won my first solo title in that other said group this
Very
past
nice.
weekend.
Congrats.
So it's it's been a year in the making because I was fighting for that title for a year plus, and now just getting to it, and pretty much now it's off to the races from there. But to me, I could say it's always about, I guess, about those titles, but it's been going against like the Man Anarchies, the Mike
Oh, you could
Murders.
say the group. You could say the group. It's fine.
Okay, I can say the group.
Yeah.
So the group I'm talking about is Revolution. Those who don't know it, I am now the Outbreak champion over there. I was the first. I was the first ever tag team, one of the first ever tag team champions over there with Little Swede as the Paradox. But really, the accomplishment for me would be being able to go against and learn from Ed, Mike Murder, Anarchy, Chris Champion, TDC. As much as everyone wants to pretty much pick on him, NDT. I've known NDT also since pretty much all these groups. So it's like learning from these guys on what they do, how they do their things, and try to tweak each what they do best and try to put it into what I do.
All right. And then who is yeah, that's right. What is your greatest opponent? Who is your greatest opponent at this time?
My greatest opponent at this time, there's two, and these two guys pretty much can put on any type of match they want, and it's always pure gold. And that would have to be Mike Murder and Man Anarchy.
Yes.
Probably the person I faced probably the most out of everybody would have to be Ed. I think I faced all of Ed's all of Ed's gimmicks.
So that's your greatest opponent, but your dream opponent would be Anarchy and
I've
Mike
actually
Murder. Okay.
I've been against them already.
Who's your dream? Okay.
Honestly, I've faced some of the best already, but in the HSP, obviously, I'd love to show the HSP that Rig is only good for one thing, and that's just being a tag team competitor. Going against Heathen, going against the Tin Man, because just how Tin Man tells his stories. To me, he's probably like at the top of the pecking order for me. I think honestly, yes, Roughneck is holding the big belt at the top, but to me, it's really Tin Man who is pretty much running things at this point. There's a reason why in VOH he is the King of Promos champion.
Yeah,
it's just that man is nonstop, and I can't wait to go down the road and hopefully go against pretty much that man that everyone says you don't want to go against, which is Tin Man.
Right. So there's a request out there. They want us to twerk. I don't know if you want to or not.
I don't do twerking. Whoever's requested me to twerk, I apologize. I think my camera will break for the twerk if I did it.
I don't really know how. Plus, my knee kind of hurts. I mean, I could try, but
I'm on my phone, so you won't see me twerk. Like, I can twerk for you, but you're just looking at my face while I'm doing this, so it really doesn't help. Luckily, I'm not a big open area where everyone can see me. I'm listening to just like twerking off my phone, like, hey.
Well, you could try the selfie and try to put it somewhere and try it, but
I could. We'll see. Maybe by the end of the show, I'll oblige for that, but we'll see. It depends on how I feel.
No, with that as well, like, what's some of your hobbies outside of, like, obviously, we know that you do theater now. What's outside of, what's your outside? I'm sorry.
I love sports.
There we go. There we go.
I love sports. I like playing video games. My goal is to start building myself up so I can start streaming, talking sports, streaming video games, whether I'm good at the games or not. I really don't care. Using my background from promoing and theater, trying like being able to captivate an audience that way. Love wrestling. So those are really my like. Gosh, it's gonna sound like I'm on a dating website all of a sudden. I love I love going for long walks. It makes me clear my mind, and it gives me the ideas of okay, what can I do during a match? Between that and listening to music, that's gonna give me my idea of how I'm gonna go out with and give my opponent their best match possible. So
So is that like your certain ritual that you do before the promo? Like, how do you get in that promo mind? Because, like, you have to get in that promo mind to do the promo. Like, what do you do before you like record?
So it depends. If there's like a specific music that I'm listening to at a time, like usually it's especially right now it's Ice Nine Kills. Like I'll listen to them nonstop. What I'll do is if especially I have something fresh in my mind of what I want to say or how I'm gonna say it, I'll just put on Ice Nine Kills. Pretty much get my mind ready to feel like I'm ready to go kill somebody, and then let's go. And then I'll just use my words from there.
Nice. What is your favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie. So I'm not a huge scary movie person, but I would have to say, ooh, there's actually a few. I'd probably say Halloween Kills right
Okay.
now has been one that like I want to go back and rewatch this recent trilogy, or no, is it going to be the trilogy? The most recent versions of Halloween. Um, those are the ones I've been watching lately because I never grew into Halloween. I hate clowns, so if hint to everybody, if you want to go against me in a promo, dress like a clown. Rig, you don't have to do much already because you are a clown. So I hate clowns. Thank you, for pretty much destroying clowns for me.
No, a little bit of comments, a little humor. You look like Aaron Rodgers, and I know you're a big Green Bay Packers fan. Do you
I'm not
actually
wearing Green Bay
own?
today. I
I
am not
know.
wearing
I'm
Green Bay today.
surprised.
But
I'm
I am.
very
Hold on, where
surprised.
is it? I am wearing
You wear
Wisconsin
the
though. So
Wisconsin Badgers.
would villain face Mary Sue? Yes, I would face Mary Sue. I'm not scared to go against anybody.
Exactly.
We could start lining everybody up, and I'll face everybody eventually. So I don't have anybody I won't go against.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be right back. We got to go commercial break, and we'll finish up the interview with Villain.
FTW Premier Promo League. The Promo Performance Alliance. Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs. The Voice of Honor. And Heart and Soul Promotions presents a showcase for everyone. The Champion Showcase, coming in June 2022.
All right, we are back with Villain. So yeah, you've been in Art and Soul for a little bit. what would you say is your favorite match right now in HSP, and how did you get into HSP?
So, I was talking to President Quack for a while. For a while, I was only pretty much exclusive to Revolution. I didn't want to leave for a while because I felt like I owed a lot to them, and I didn't want to pretty much go out of the way. Coming to HSP, what I wanted to do was go against what I feel is some of the best talent out there, and it's talking to Quack. He said he liked some of the stuff I was doing. He brought it to the board, and the board said, "Sure, let's bring him in." And lo and behold, I was in HSP. If I remember right, my first match was against Heavy Metal Maniac.
Okay.
That's who it was. Probably my favorite match so far. For me, as the villain, I would say going against Sir Captain, somebody who I came into the promo business with as a tag team, and watching him grow and do his thing and all over the place, and for me to come back and also be somehow at the top of my game. So it's been great overall. Right now, probably my favorite match overall would have to be the Legendary Story, or yeah, the legend. I wonder if is that their tag team name? Is Legendary Story. Their last tag match. I thought that match was awesome. I'm actually looking forward to their upcoming match. I think that's pretty much going to be a barn burner, and to me, should be the main event.
Oh yeah, and then if you win, you're like the number one. Or do you have one more? Because you'll be the number one contender.
Yeah, I'll actually be the number one contender. So if I were to win, well, no matter who wins, they will go on to go against Hollywood Haywood, who I've had a match with before at one time. In that time, it was actually, I don't think a fall was counted because I was attacked during that match. So it'd be the first time really that Hollywood Haywood and the villain could possibly be going at it. And lo and behold, the belt collector over there is going to be going, has something I can take from him. And hopefully I will get that opportunity and I will just do it.
Now, I don't remember what I was going to ask, but I'll ask this. What's your favorite, outside of all this, what's your favorite car?
What was that?
What's your favorite car?
1967 Mustang.
Nice. That was quick. Do you play any video games?
I play all types of video games. I have obviously the new wrestling game, WWE 2K22. Pretty much I play Madden, MLB The Show. I love my PlayStation 5. I put so much money into it. I'm going to use it for every dime it's worth. So
now, because do they still? I don't have a PS5. The one I have is a PS2 and a Super Nintendo. I think the furthest I got was a PS3, and that was about it. So I don't know. Do they still do the hard copy games, or do you have to download them now?
They still do hard copy. I prefer downloading my games, even though I do have a disc drive. And I actually honestly have a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So
yeah, I got into 3 and 4, but
yeah. Did we watch did I watch the Oscars? I watched the Oscars. I actually analyzed that video so many times, trying to figure out, because seeing everyone is that fake? Is it real? Was it warranted? Was it not warranted? It was warranted. Everybody knows that she has something going on, and I don't care if you're a well-known comedian or some keyboard warrior making fun of somebody who, especially in this case, has a issue with losing hair. There's no point in making fun. That's my stance on that.
My stance is this: was it warranted? No. He had a teleprompter. He was reading off the teleprompter. You got to remember, comedy is subjective. There's how many different people that talk about boyfriends,
Oh no,
girlfriends,
when I mean
moms,
warranted,
dads. Like, I feel like at the end of it, it was subjective. It was a joke, and that's what he told. Was it appropriate? No. But
well, and that's what
should
I mean
Will
by
went
the
up there
joke.
and slap the crap out of him? No.
Yeah, but that's what I
That's
mean
my
by
thing.
was it warranted? I wasn't saying was the slap warranted. I was actually talking about the joke. The joke was not warranted. Yes, obviously we know these jokes get approved ahead of time, but there are times where circumstances change and how you deliver things. This obviously was not the first time that he pretty much threw a bad joke at Will Smith's wife. So was it warranted for Will to go up there and slap him? Probably not, but for any of those who are married
or in a relationship or not.
Like
I said,
if
was
you're
it
married or
poor
in a relationship,
taste?
yeah,
It was.
you understand why he did it and what happened.
Yeah.
It even takes a bigger man after, like, because even later that night he won Best Actor. He apologized to everybody for the actions that happened. It takes a bigger man to be able to do that. So now off of that, I'll let you ask the next question.
All right. And then, do you have any advice on becoming a promo artist?
So this is not just for anyone who is inspiring to become a promo artist, or if you're already there as a promo artist. I'm gonna give here's a tip of what I do when I do my promos. I don't just sit down and, unless the match says you have to do it like a bare bones match, say 5 minutes of going nonstop, no music, no edits. But I try not to do a whole sit down of my promo. I cut my promo up into chunks. I'll do an intro, I'll stop it. So I'm not sitting here talking to you guys, and then all next thing you know, I'm looking away from the screen trying to figure out what I'm going to say next. I already know what I'm going to say in each clip, and then I'll edit and put it all together from there. That's my biggest thing. Go in confident on what you're talking about. Tell a story throughout the whole thing. Give the story a beginning, middle, and an end. And then I recommend unless the match says you have to do it, don't film everything all at once. Put it build it into chunks, and then you'll be off to the races from there.
Or you could do what I used to do. I used to do some, and then if I lost a little steam, I would wait a few seconds and then, or pause it, wait a few seconds and do it, and then keep going. And then you can edit that way. Yeah, there's an interesting There's an interesting question here.
I think that was the one I was just looking at.
Butthole sunning might be a good therapy choice for you.
Who's that question for?
It's
from.
I don't know.
I don't. I do not do any tanning or anything. So you find, if you find me on a beach, I am pretty much as white as a ghost. So
I'll tell you right now, I am 1/12 of anything that is white. I burn and I still turn back to white. And I'm white as white can be. So that's not going to work for me.
So I think I did see Rig just say something, and I'm gonna just talk to him. I'm gonna say something to Rig real quick. As soon as you grow a set to actually go against me, you can go talk to Dr. Quack and Mr. Mayhem. I'm ready to fight you. I'm tired of listening to you just run your mouth and all of a sudden then back off. So as soon as you're ready, let them know, we'll have a match. And I'll put you in the place and let you continue to go back to doing tag team matches.
I think even Heathen's kind of stirring the pot a little bit too.
I don't see Heathen. I have no issue. I have no issues with Heathen. I think Heathen is, if anyone doesn't think Heathen is not a good competitor, I'm not even going to say Rig isn't a good competitor. There is a fine line between where Rig is and where I am. Heathen is, to me, Heathen is underrated. I think Heathen, his intensity tells it all, and I just think he's so underrated. I would love to have a match against Heathen because I think we could, just like I think Tin Man and myself can tear down a house. I think me and Heathen could do it as well.
All right. And then before we go, what's your final thought tonight? Is there anything you want to tell the boys in the back or anybody in the comments?
Pretty much one thing, I actually will say this. Since I've been a promo artist, everyone sees the name Villain and they think, oh, he's going to be the bad guy. He is always going to pretty much get under people's skins. As soon as you realize that is not what I do, just leave it at that. I'm tired of seeing all these promos against me saying, oh, your name's Villain, but you need to be a villain. You should be the bad guy. Just because my name says that does not mean I am the bad guy. So that's my final thought.
All right. I mean, if you want to, you can try to.
Are they still asking for?
Yeah. I got a shot knee, so I don't know if I can. It would look pretty bad.
I'm still recovering from a torn ACL. So, yeah, I tore my ACL the 3 times in like the last 2 years. So
how did you do that?
Theater, sports, and yeah. I actually did not let my each time I did not let my knee heal. So
okay. Well, guys, that is it for tonight. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Villain, thank you for being on the show. Do appreciate it. My name is Brick Johnson, and you guys have watched Conqueror TV.